Alright, we're back. It's Ghost with Knife. Back with more Megaman X3, folks. And, I've decided to stop stalling and figured out where I want to go. You see, there's an upgrade. There's a few upgrades that are really easy to get. But to get there, I need to go through a level that I can't get any upgrades for. It's either that or go through one of the worst levels in the game. And I'd like to save that level for the back half of this game. So first, we're going to go through this guy's stage. Now, admittedly, I actually do kind of like this Maverick. To a degree, he's a lot of fun to fight. He's got a very unique design. And that's always nice. This is Crawfish. One of the weirdest Mavericks they have ever made. Yes, it is a Crawfish with giant metal pincers. And to accompany such a weird Maverick, you get some pretty nice hype music. Yeah, I like this. This is good. Okay, drop. Now where are we going? Oh. That's a lot less exciting than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. This is one of the weirdest stages I've ever seen. I'm sorry. This really is a stage that just baffles me. And the reason is because, like, the music, everything about this stage is just so weird. Like, why do they have it so it's like super hype at the beginning for the music? Also, you kind of need the dash jump to get along here, otherwise you won't be able to grab certain items. Like this. There was not an item up there. I lied. Just kidding. But I didn't get to fill my sub tank, so I think no, I would have heard that. But yeah, this is a really weird stage with some weird music. And ha! Huh. Yeah! It's the most random part of the stage when that thing just drops. And oh look, well, we got an area right here. We saw some a thing for a big mysterious pad here. It looks like another area where we're supposed to have a certain item to break through a certain wall. Backtracking, everyone's favorite. Somehow this enemy lived from falling that high up. That's some durable technology right there, I will say. Can I die here? Oh yeah. You need that. You need to break that open with, I think, the same mech, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's been a minute since I played this stage. Okay, so how much health do I have? Not much. We're gonna go in with this. No reason in particular, don't mind me. So yeah, these doors, these interim doors. Oh no. They are mandatory, meaning you will mandatorily have to fight these guys at one point or another. Now, before we get into the voice acting and all that, you know, my trash little thing I like to do on my Let's Plays, I'm gonna tell you how this boss works. He likes to throw these rings that trap you, and then do this dash attack. Now, he will dash at the same height as you, which you're going to see all this as we go. I'm going to have to focus really hard on this. I find this boss incredibly challenging. So, if I kind of clam up here, I apologize. So he's going to throw these rings, and if you get caught by them, you get stuck, and then he can come at you with this dash attack, and that dash attack is the main source of damage. The other thing he likes to do is this weird fireball attack, but in order for him to dash at you, he has to be at a certain height. So you can kind of trick the AI by jumping over these things at a height, and then hitting him with his weakness, the frost shield, to do a boatload of damage to him. And the trick is to try to maintain him at a certain height, so you can dodge all the other stuff on the ground, and not really have to deal with him. Now, unfortunately, we do have to kill this enemy here. This isn't going to be like Vile in the last episode, where he's going to get away. We have to kill this enemy. Because if we don't, something bad happens. And at the end of the Let's Play, if we don't wind up killing this enemy, then, or if we kill this enemy and bite, at the end of the Let's Play, I'll show you why, what happens when you don't kill this enemy, because it does affect something in endgame. It is a late game stage interaction that I really don't want to deal with, because it's really hard. Anyways, without further ado, welcome, Bit. Well, cut that. Cut. Shoot. Welcome, X. I'm Bit. I have my orders. You are to be destroyed. Oh, that's polite of you. Thank you. I'm glad you want to destroy me. Oh, boy! And I'm already messing it up. So, as you can see, you kind of have to hit where his feet are with his weakness. Otherwise, he just, likes to, do that. Yeah, you need to control what height he comes at you on. So you can try to dodge his attacks. Shoot! Because it's the only way you're going to hit him with the frost shield. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. No. I'm so close. No, you don't! No. I'm going to die. I'm dead. Wait! I'm alive! No, I'm dead. No, I'm alive! What? I'm alive? Come on! No! Shut up! Oh, right. Now I've got to kill him with that much of his weakness. So I have to kill him with his certain weakness. Otherwise... Can I help you, buddy? I have to kill him. I have to kill him with his weakness. Like, it's not optional. I have to, so I'm gonna conserve it. And I hate it. So it is easier to hit him with the Mega Buster. But in order to get rid of him, you have to kill him with his weakness! But like I said, it's all about keeping him at a certain height. Nope! So we're gonna try, and very, very carefully. Okay. He's dead! We got him! He's dead! Oh my gosh, we did it! Oh my gosh, we did it. So as you can see, there's a lot going on. You've got to constantly maintain your height with him, and you got to constantly be dashing around and dodging his projectiles and dodging him, and it's just, it's rough. But we did it, and he's dead. We did it. We did it. We killed him with his weakness, and I never have to see him again. And that makes me happy. This Reploid's special abilities are too... No, can't be. And Bit is dead. Bit, in my opinion, is one of the hardest bosses in this game. It looks really simple, but the amount of movement going on in that... Oh, thank you. Yeah, just put me through the door. I didn't want to take a moment to breathe. The amount of stuff going on in that little section is absurd. Now, we can die, which I probably might die on purpose, because I really want to maintain health for the boss. Or at least get some sort of sub-tank, because much like Bit and the boss from the last episode, which if you didn't see it, you should go check it out. I might have already said his name. Crap, I just thought about it. Sorry if I did, by the way. Much like these two bosses, Bit and the last boss from the last part of the episode, or the last stage, that is a boss that this next coming boss is definitely a boss I really want to have the appropriate amount of health for. Because this boss is a bit trickier than your average bear. So now we're going inside a submarine. That's one thing I do really like about Crawfish's level. Like, the submarine theme they've got going on to it is really cool. I don't remember what's at the bottom of these, and I don't really want to find out, so we're not going to go. I'm pretty sure it's like spikes or something. I don't remember. We're not going to deal with it. There's 2 lives. What? Oh, right. You need some sort of weapon to deal with it. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, there's spikes. I wasn't wrong. It was those mole things down there. So now here we are in the submarine, and this is the boss. This is this thing right here. It does nothing. It is raw intimidation. Its power is to just flex on you by just existing. I'm kidding. You shoot in the middle with the charge shot, and then this happens. So the sub is now sinking, which is a really, really cool mechanic. They just turned the level upside down. Capcom was like, you know what we need? Just turn the level on its side. That sounds awesome. Which it is a really cool aspect to it. Like, getting to this level is, like, getting to this, this part of the level is kind of, is a little, like, underwhelming. And not really, like, on theme. Then I'm gonna die horribly to this boss. I have no health. Oh man, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I have no lives left either, so I'm gonna have to do this entire level again. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's okay, we beat Bit, so who cares? If I can play the best Mega Man of my life, I can beat this boss. But I'm probably not going to, because this boss is deceptively tricky. Because he does these things where he, like, shoots his claws at you, and then he shoots those, and then he shoots his claws. See, like, there's a lot going on to it, and I died horribly, because I'm horribly out of practice for this boss, but we're gonna save, because I don't ever want to fight Bit again. This boss, as you can see, is rather tricky, because he doesn't move in a normal fashion. The main thing you want to do is you want to try to kite where his claw attack goes. And you want to keep him out of the middle of the arena. Which might mean you need to let him hit you every now and then. I'm gonna lose this fight already. Wait. Wait. I might not. Oh, no, he does that. Like I said, this boss is such a tricky boss with how he maneuvers the arena. Because again, he doesn't move like a normal boss. He rockets forward with his dash attacks. And he controls how the environment works with his, those little pincer things. If you let him hit you with those, it's a little bit easier. But beating this boss with no damage is something that I've only seen once. And it was impressive then. Yeah, it's all about trying to control this boss's RNG to not do crap like that, because that claw has a massive hitbox. As you can tell, as it completely rips my health and I'm dead. Wait, not yet. But yeah, if he ever comes at you with that back booster attack, it does a massive amount of damage, which is why you really need to control. Okay, I'm gonna use a health tank because I'm actually really close to beating him finally. That back rocket attack that he killed me with a few times, that attack does massive damage. But yeah, Crawfish can do a massive amount of damage. It's all about controlling the environment, not letting him control how the fight's gonna go. Sometimes you gotta let those little orange things hit you to control what kind of attack he's gonna do. If you can do it while he's in the air, he will most likely throw a claw up there and try to get you. If you do it while you're on the ground, he'll try to do that back boost attack, and that attack is probably his most dangerous because it just comes out of nowhere so fast. Anyways, for beating Crawfish, we get the spinning blades, which is one of the most interesting items in the game, because it actually can do a boatload of damage to most of the bigger enemies in this game, meaning it's a very useful item. It just comes at a rather challenging boss. Now, I'm not saying Crawfish is the hardest boss in the game, Buster only, but he definitely can be quite tricky. And before we cut to the halftime of this episode, I will say that's one thing about this game. This game, Buster only, is painfully hard. I have seen Buster only no damage runs of this game it is ridiculously hard. There is so many things that can hit you, and some of these stages just go on for so long, and Crush Crawfish is an excellent example of why it's so challenging. So many of the bosses have so many unique and different things going on for them. Like Toxic Seahorse and his bouncing projectiles, and the fact that he jumps so freaking high. It's so hard to do battle with some of these enemies Buster only, much less Buster only no damage. Most of the no damage runs I've seen for this game are with a weapon, and for good reason. But unfortunately, Crush Crawfish, his weakness just doesn't really do anything to him, sadly enough. Anyways, we'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink and recollect myself, because that was a little bit more frustrating than it should have been. So, we'll be right back. Dead. We beat him. We beat that level. We're gonna have to go back and backtrack, because, you know, Mega Man X3 loves backtracking. But for now, we can go to a level where we can get not only a heart tank, but an E-tank while we're at it. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, Ghost, shouldn't you have gotten another armor piece by now? I mean, by now in the other episodes and the other games, you did. And you're exactly right. I should have. But because this game is absolutely unbearable, we don't. Because Mega Man X3 hates you and doesn't want you to have anything nice until the very end of the game. Which is one thing that makes it just even more challenging than normal. And that's one thing about this game. The start of this game is absolutely brutal. It gives you hardly any health. Enemies do ridiculous amounts of damage. Excuse me. And some of these stages are just unbearably long. Oh, and by the way, I changed the wallpaper on the side because, you know, in the last episode, we saw the person on the left come back. Which, that's the thing about the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, as I go on a little bit of a tangent and stall a little more, because I hate this boss. I don't know why, but this game loves to show you this wallpaper as soon as you load it up and just spoil the fact that File's in it. So if you've never played it, you're like, oh, why is File on the side? And that's why I had the wallpaper it was the way it was for the first two episodes, because I didn't want to spoil the surprise. I wanted some people to be able to come into this and be like, oh? No way! Who's that? Because it is a nice little surprise and a nice little callback. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, this game will be Vile's last entry into the Mega Man X series. So, without further ado, let's stop stalling and get to the episode that I hate. Which, it's not really the level that I hate, it's the boss. I hate this boss with passion. This is my least favorite boss in the entire game. This is Neon Tiger. And he makes me furiously angry. He is unbearably stupid. And I know some people are like, are gonna argue with me in the comments and be like, this is not how this works, but I swear it is. Anyways, let's go through this rather easy stage before I get too into why I hate this boss. Here's these little, like, firefly things that don't do any damage, whose backs you could jump on top of. I know what you're thinking. What? That don't make no sense. But yeah, there's enemies in this game that whose backs you can jump on top of. And oh look, those guys are back. Isn't that fun? I'm being sarcastic, it's not fun. These guys are, for some reason, in a majority of the game, and I hate it. Fortunately, once you get behind them, they're really easy to deal with. That's a secret if you didn't know. Get behind these enemies to deal with them. But we can't get behind this enemy. We kind of need him to not despawn off the friggin' thing! Kill this guy real quick. We need this guy to not despawn. Hey, could you like come back? You know what? I don't even need you. Here's the E-tank for the level. Woo! So now we have 2 E-tanks. So now we can actually like not die horribly to certain enemies. Because now we can stock up more health. Or like we should be able to, but realistically we can't. Because we have to find a certain level in the game where we can stock up supplies and healing and stuff. Now after this episode, if I keep playing this, I will definitely go farm some health, because this game, with how sparingly it likes to give you actual upgrades, really doesn't like you having health. And I know an area I can go to farm health, and I'm going to do that. Also, by the way, to access this, you need Tunnel Rhino's weapon. And don't worry, that's the next level we're going to. That's the level I really didn't want to go to. Because this level, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this level isn't that bad. And don't worry about Bite. We're not gonna see him for another 2-3-ish Mavericks. Instead, we get this, which is one of the most annoying parts of the game. It's this unbearable centipede enemy who is weak to the spinning blades. Which does... The spinning blades like to do a ludicrous amount of damage to him, which is why we're going to use it. But be careful, because guess what? The mini-boss's weakness is also the main boss's weakness. And this boss does have a particular pattern it likes to go through, and I'm going to go through this door as soon as he dies, aren't I? Because I'm right at the door. Meaning if he has the health pickup, I'm not going to be able to get it. It was a life! You saw that! Ah! Ah, I hate this game! I hate it. I hate this game. I really do. Crap like that, man. Ah. Anyways, here's another section where you need this armor crap. I don't remember what you need it for. I'm not gonna remember till later, because I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna look up a guide on this, because... And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, I thought you were a master of Mega Man X games. Not this one. This one just has that much crap to it. There are really that many upgrades. There are really that many things you have to take care of, and it's just... It's a pain in the ass to play this game. Because there's just, honestly... Oh no. There's too much crap. There's too many things to collect. And that's the big problem with X3, outside of, you know, a plethora of other issues. There's too much to it. And some of these levels are too long. We already went to a mini-boss, now we gotta go through a bit/bite door? Come on now. Like I said, we're not gonna get to Bitter Bite until we kill another Maverick or two. And oh, look who's back. It's that guy. Oh! Did I just not die to spikes? What is this black magic? Well, these spikes down here are actually created by these enemies. And they're not lethal? They just do damage if you come into contact with them. And as far as I'm aware, this is the only area... Oh. Actually, we need him to come back. Please come back. I love you. Please come back. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, okay, we need to despawn this real quick. Okay, so we need him. Because that's how we get this. Which I'm desperately gonna need. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna die to this boss. But yes, we're at the boss door finally. But yeah, before this boss, you have these weird, like, spike-creating bug-type enemies? It's really bizarre, and I'm not sure... exactly why they exist. They're not really a challenge. Like I said, this game can be inconsistent, and its difficulty is something it's very inconsistent about. Like this unbearable pile of trash. This is Neon Tiger. Neon Tiger likes to have this this claw shield of his, and then this attack, his neon ray gun, which is completely random. Now, I know some people are going to say, it's not random, it's got a very set pattern, it's just a very bizarre pattern. Shut up. No. No. False. It is random. I have never fought in this boss, and this pattern has been the exact same way every single time. And that's why I hate Neon Tiger, because this stupid ray attack is completely random. And oh yeah, did I mention his shield blocks everything, including his weakness? which he can dodge really easily because the spinning blades are the weirdest weapon in the game. So you gotta kind of like shoot him at an angle here. Oh yeah, and he's got this crazy like claw attack that does a crap load of damage. And then his neon blaster does too much damage. And then his spinning blades don't do enough damage. And then you die because this boss does too much damage. It doesn't take enough damage from his weakness. And you gotta start the level over. I hate Neon Tiger. I hate him. I hate him. I hate. So I wanted to go farm, and I forgot this is up here. So we're gonna do this real quick. This is the first actual upgrade we're gonna be getting in the game regarding those pads. While I was here, I figured I might as well show you because I was doing a farming thing, and I forgot that this was super easy to get, and also this might allow me to get some other stuff. So yeah, that's how you get that. When we get back to the stage and the actual Let's Play, I'll come back to the spot, and show you again. I just wanted to put that on camera while I was doing it. Anyways, I'm gonna go fight Neon Tiger now and hate my life. Hi, it's me, Ghost with Knife. So something I've wanted to do for Let's Plays for a while is voiceover on clips where I feel like my commentary just wasn't that great. And for the longest time, I felt like I haven't been able to because of software limitations. But today I realized I actually can do voiceovers as long as I do a voice recording on video in my editing software. It's a little complicated. All you're gonna see is the panned in, the zoomed in version of my screen with a little bit of an orange box. I apologize. I'm gonna do the best I can to edit that out as much as I can, so you're not stuck with all of the stuff in my editing software. But I wanted to come back over this Maverick fight because I was way too angry and I really wasn't happy with my results, and I really didn't want to go out of my way to try to find a password system. And I kind of figured out how to do this because I took a screenshot to share a thumbnail with somebody on PSN earlier, and I was like, wait, does that mean I can record in here and just add to the footage? So that's actually what we'll be doing here. So without further ado, let's get this out of the way. As you can see, I'm on my last life. I got full sub tanks. And what I wanted to do is take an opportunity to try to explain exactly what I don't like about Neon Tiger and why I find it so frustrating. So the first thing you're going to see him do here is when I shoot, is he puts up his claw. Now when he does that, basically if Neon Tiger is not attacking or jumping in some way, shape, or form, he can block your attack entirely. I believe he can also do this with his weakness, which is incredibly frustrating. Also, his weakness is just a tremendous pain to use, hence why I just gave up on it and went to the X-Buster. So that aspect makes Neon Tiger very problematic. You have to attack him when he's attacking or he's in motion, and that just makes him a gigantic pain to deal with. That means he has very little openings you can actually engage him on. And another thing I really don't like is how he jumps around. As you saw, he kind of did this kind of weird diagonal jump, and then he jumped off the roof and then back to his original position. I find Neon Tiger's jumping patterns to be really hard to read, so I always get really frustrated when he starts moving around, especially because I get impatient. I want to make a shot, and I can't, and then I feel like I'm stuck. Right here, as you can see, his little ray splasher blast is a really problematic weapon for me. I've heard plenty of people say that it is not RNG, that it is not random, but if it's not random, the patterns are just really hard for me to read, and I always take a bunch of unnecessary damage off of this boss. This is probably the one boss in this game that would prevent me from ever doing a no damage run of this game, even though I've wanted to do a no damage run of an X game for a while. Sometimes I'm kind of decent at reading it, but like I said, it's just such a hard pattern for me to read that I have so many issues with it. Another big problem that I don't like about this is even with his weakness, Neon Tiger just does not take damage. It's a problem that most of the bosses in X3 have, in my opinion, that their weaknesses just don't do anything to them. And it makes it really frustrating and makes for these really long and unnecessary fights. And this is the other reason right here. So when Neon Tiger gets to under half health, he gains this hyper armor attack, where now every time he would block one of your attacks, he blocks it and then charges up this big attack, which is this dashing, jumping slash attack. And during the entire animation, you cannot hurt him. Not with his weakness, not with the X-Buster, there's literally no way to hurt him. And remember, every time he blocks, as you can see, he does the attack. So it makes it really hard to actually deal damage to him, because the only way you can attack him under half health is when he's attacking or when he's jumping, which was a rule before generally, but you could kind of shift him out before. Now there is absolutely no way you can do it, and the only way you can get damage off on him now is to wait for him to attack you, which as you can see I kind of struggle with. But even when you attack him, if you don't get the timing just right, he can still do the hyper armor attack, and it makes this boss incredibly frustrating. That, along with the fact that there's just a bunch of unnecessary backtracking that you're going to be seeing later on the playthrough of this game, just makes this game, and this boss in particular, really frustrating. The items are really easy to get to, but the fact that it's got this seemingly random pattern to his shots, and it's such a pain in the neck at the halfway point to do damage to him, just because you have to wait for those openings. And yes, his jumping is readable if you get enough practice with it, but for me, I think my main problem is I just get so impatient with this because I dislike this boss so severely. I dislike his design, I dislike his weapon, I dislike the hyper armor. There's just a lot to this boss I really don't like. And it's about this point where my rage really kicked in, because I just really wanted this fight to be over with. I've used 2 sub-tanks, and I'm just done with this boss. But, of course, he's got the hyper armor attack, and until he makes that opening, I can't hit him. But I do get the opening, and we do finally take down Neon Tiger. Overall, this is easily one of my least favorite Mavericks in the entire series, for the reasons I've listed here. And also, I just really don't like his weapon. You're going to see it here in a second as it pops up. It's the Neon, it's the Ray Splasher, I think it's called. It's just such a stupid weapon. It's supposed to hit stuff multiple times, but it also has this really awkward pattern to it. Also, Megaman colors are just ugly with it. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to come back over with all this. Thanks for taking a moment to listen. I apologize that I couldn't get the original game audio in there, but I really wanted to make sure I take this at a much more level-headed approach and try to explain exactly what is going on in my mind at the moment and why I'm getting so frustrated. So, anyways, now we're going to get to the actual ending of the episode. Here's me with that, I guess. All over the place. And that just accurately describes Mega Man X3 and why I dislike it so much. There are so many poor design decisions with it. It feels like everything about this game is all over the place. They wanted to add more collectibles, but they wanted to make the game harder as well, so they lock you out of using your collectibles even after you earn them. Like you saw, I have the Falcon armor, but I can't use it because I don't have the base ride armor, because whoever made this game, it was out of their mind. I'm gonna calm down. I need to calm down. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I'm raving. This game does this to me, and we're not even at the really bad part. The really bad part's the ending, folks, because that's right. Oh, you didn't know? Mega Man X3 has one of the hardest Sigma fights in it! I need to calm down. I need to go. Thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm sorry. I need to calm down. This boss does this to me. I hate this boss. And you know what the depressing thing is? People love this boss! He's regarded as one of the top 10 best Mavericks, and I don't know why! I need to calm down. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go now before I have an aneurysm. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm sorry this half the episode got so rage-induced, but this game does that to me. Don't worry, because when we get through this game, we're going to hit the best game of the series, and I'm not going to rage at all during that, because the next game is the absolute best in the series. 10 out of 10. Would play that game literally every day of my life if I could. I'm going to go now. I'm rambling. Thank you for tuning in. This is the last time I'm going to say that. Bye-bye, folks. Oh my gosh.